All right, Arizona and Colorado as we move to Big 12 action. Arizona 10.5 point road favorites, 54-55 the total. This is already the final regular season home game, by the way, for Colorado. This is it. This is their last game in Boulder. They finish on the road after this at Washington State, at Utah. So pretty tough finish to the season. And this is getting to Dion, this losing streak they're on. You could see it in the post-game press conferences, this 3-game losing streak against Stanford, UCLA, and Oregon State that, it's just, he's had to tone it down a little bit. It's all this bravado and pumping his chest after the TCU win and a couple of those performances. Or now it's just a little more docile from Deion Sanders here in the last few weeks. They got all kinds of issues. It's kind of a shit show already as far as the off-the-field shit. Like you've got Deion Sanders demoting Sean Lewis, the offensive coordinator, before the game against Oregon State. And now they've got Pat Shurmur in there now. It's not like he ran a great offense with the Giants when he was there in the NFL a few years ago. And yet they got him now part of the play calling on offense for Colorado. Shedeur Sanders is beaten to a pulp every single week. The O-line is still a big problem. The defense has actually been the best part of this team the last couple of weeks, but they get worn down in the second half of games every single week. I think they're running on fumes, and you can see the lack of depth. Everyone that was anti-Colorado and anti-Deion Sanders turning it around immediately said, lack of depth. They're going to get worn down as the season goes on. It's starting to look like that. And this Arizona team right now, there's no way I'm getting in their way right now. 5 straight covers. 8-1 against the spread, tied with UNLV for best point spread team in college football this year. Jed Fish, an outstanding job. Fafita has been great at quarterback, even without Jaden DeLaura. Win against Washington State, win against Oregon State and UCLA in back-to-back games, quality wins against good opponents. Now they're ranked. I actually think they might cover here. I mean, I'm not stepping in front of Arizona. They're really good. Colorado looks like they're running on fumes right now. I know they've covered the last 2 weeks, but that's the concern. I don't know if I'll actually lay 10 with Arizona because we've seen backdoor shenanigans from Colorado the last 2 weeks when they fall behind big and they get a backdoor touchdown to cover the number. Maybe we see that here, but I'm not stepping in front of Jed Fish's team right now. This has been quite the year for him turning around this Arizona program. What do you think here, Conor?
Yeah, Arizona. I had the under. I had a money line last week. Noah Fafita, for real. This kid's not big like I talked about, but he's for real, and he's got to be the quarterback the rest of the way. This is his job. Good one to DeLaura, but to me, I think it's his the rest of the way. The key is this team's playing great. I love them last week again at home. I like their defense. We get the under with UCLA. That number was a little bit too high. But now they go on the road, and not the easiest place to play. We know Colorado's not very good. Only bet I had on Colorado all year, the event last week. Thank God I'm the guy who needed that backdoor. They came through in the second half. So I had both these teams last week. I think Arizona does win, but now it's more than 10 on the road. I think they do it, but I don't want any of the bullshit that's going on. You mentioned the Colorado defense has been, all right. At times they're undersized, but they've been okay. Maybe you could look at an Arizona team total in this matchup if you don't want to lay the 10.